Hello, welcome back to another enthralling edition of Good Goal or Bad Defending. Have a guess, it's the Premier League, so it will be bad defending. Right now, we're watching Newcastle against the Villa. Hate the Villa. Long story behind that. One day I might tell you. Hate the Villa. So obviously we've got looks like that's where the pass is going to be going here. We got guy in the middle, two people not bothering really to get close to him. That is a problem, right? Even though you think you're marking him because you can see him. If there's a quality ball in from either of these two into this back area here, right now, you know me, I don't really actually know what's about to happen, but right now, um, this guy's he's in on goal. Someone has to get touch tight to him. You have to assume at this point, when you're running back towards your goal, there's only two things you can really try to do. You can step up, both of them, well, it's not step up, stop your run and let him run offside, which probably isn't going to happen because there's so much space here. He can run him down here and keep this guy on side. So that's not going to work. So you have to get closer to him. You have to get much closer. See what happens. The ball goes out wide. Oh, he started to. Look, he started to. Look, just get closer. Just get here. Stand right here. It's called goal side. You are not doing anything right now. There is no one between this man and the goal. The net box is the important thing other than the football. This goes into there. That's how the game is played. Why is no one standing between him and the goal? I just don't understand. The level of stupidity in the Premier League is amazing. All right, let's see what happens. Ball goes out wide. There's kind of pressure on there. Not really, though. That's all right. Yeah. He can still go in behind there. There's lots of space. This Newcastle defence has lots of space. They do the old stretch the leg out to make it look like I was closer than I really was when we do the replay. But so my analysis is you should have been closer if you're doing that. He's looking for the ball. He's looking at the ball. Oh, you know that guy who no one was marking, who this guy's been watching the whole time? He's making a run. Oh, look, no one's still between him and the goal. What a shock. Who would have thought that? It's not like we called it out a couple of minutes ago. Yay. He lets the ball smash him in the face. He gets a brilliant header. He takes everyone's surprise, even me. And the ball's gone all the way back. And this guy smashed it in the goal. Oh my God. Is it a good goal? Yeah, because it's funny to watch. The guy does a face ball and his mate knocks it in the goal. But you can see straight from jump that this guy is not marking. This guy here is not marking at all. He's just stood with him, holding his hand like he's going to walk him down the aisle. He needs to be in between him and the goal. Otherwise, it's pointless him being there. It's another set of bad defending. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, found something on the next camera angle. It really annoys me. Watch this. See if you can spot what annoys me. Have a little second. Have a little think. What can you see? Here he is, right here. He assumes this man's been fouled and he's asking for a penalty. Just because he's fallen on the floor. Absolutely disgusting human being with no honour and integrity right here. He doesn't even know what's happened. Asking for a pen. Someone's on the floor, it's got to be a pen. Oh, just get out. Like, honestly, I'd red card that guy. I'd red card him. Get out the league. Don't need players like you. Just go away. Let the ref do his job. You shut up and get on with it. That is just terrible. Look, and of course he didn't get touched at all. He just out jumped everybody, and that's why he fell on the floor. But this guy's still raising his arms and asking for a penalty. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Let's get on to the next goal. So here we are looking at the next goal. Honestly, straight away I spot a problem. Oh God, we draw a nice little box. How many players are in the box? 3 Villa, 1 Newcastle. That means you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You two are kind of doing what you're supposed to, but you're too busy. You're too close, to be honest. Can anyone spot the problem in the middle of the puck? The middle of the puck. I don't know how these guys are still like. Honestly, I don't know how you're not being yelled at by your manager. I'd have run onto the field and kicked you over there to mark that player. Right, let's have a watch. Ball goes on. He's got time. He's got time. Oh look, he's asking for it. He's asking for it. Give it to me. They don't want to mark me. He's like, yeah, let me have a think about it, mate, because I might want to score against this terrible defence as well. 3 players outside the box. They're jogging back in. They get... Oh, look. Oh, finally he's there. Finally he's marking. Just having a look where his feet are, see if he's really on the right side of him. So what I mean by that is one of the things I like to do is to explain how players are. Is you do the X, okay? So if you draw an X, is he on this side or this side of the player, or is he on this side or this side of the player? If you get what I mean. So he's not. He's if you draw an X on this guy right here, he's more. If you draw the X, he's more on this side, so he's not quite goal side. You see what I mean? His feet are in this this part of the X here. There's nothing of him in this part here. So if you look at that, he's not quite good enough. His body shape isn't really there. Okay, you can see it more clearly now as we've just gone on one frame, right? So if we click it on, like, yeah, because he wasn't quite right on the right side of him, you can see that's how he's able to get that yard on him. So if you think about that X, right, we'll take it, we'll draw it a little bit further away. So if you think about, there's the player X. So that's where their player is, right? And he is facing that way. Okay, so he's in those two X's there. If he's only in this one here, that means the space is in that way and he can go that way. That's exactly what's happened. If you use this as a rule of thumb for when you're watching defenders and stuff, you can see it happen quite easily. You put him in little quadrants and you can go, right, he's in these two. If he's only in one, that means I can beat him. If he's in two and I'm in two, that's really hard for me to get around. So that means I've got to go to one, try to get him to step in the other one and me go around him. You can do this with when you're coaching and you put little lines on the ground and you can actually get players to learn how to run, to move players and shift them with their hips and stuff. It's pretty cool. But let's have a little bit of a look and see what goes on. Oh, that's a good little turn, isn't it? That's a good little turn. Here's the thing though, the player falls on the floor. Everything I've said, right, is absolutely valid, but also wrong at the same time. And see if you can pick up what I mean. So if he actually just stands his ground and stayed in the that little sector that I was drawing that was, in my opinion, completely wrong, he would, if he stayed on his feet, the strike would have turned around and hit him. The turn's great, but if he because he dives in, he scores the goal. If he stays continually making the wrong decision, he actually will stop the ball going in the goal. But because he dives, it goes through his legs. And you can see the slapping frustration there on the ground. I'll tell you what that is. You can see his hands was on his head. You can see that. That's pressure because they're trying to make the top four, and that's the reason that that's so hard right now. That's the reason they're probably making mistakes, because pressure is actually counting now as it's coming down near the end of the season, and you can see the frustration in these two players right here. Let's move on and see if we can see more frustration in the next goal. Okay, as always, I'm going to go back and show one little clip from another little angle. I want you to watch this defender. Now, remember what I was saying, that he was on the wrong side. Now he's overstretching to get goal side in those little quadrants that I was making with those little lines. Watch what he does right now with his feet. You can see he oversteps, so now he has to lunge back in. He tries to get goal side. He realises his mistake. He's getting in between him and the goal because he was more to the left than he was right in front of the player. As he does that, now he lunges, makes the thing, boom, goes in. Yeah, he tries to overcompensate for it. You can see where it happens. Poor lad's going to make sure his team finishes fifth instead of fourth. Here we go. Last goal of the game, I think. And I'm okay with that. It's 2v1. Doesn't really need to be tight because Newcastle's got the ball here. So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He's actually doing a good job. Happy with all. It's not bad. All right, boys. Well done. How'd you mess this up? Okay. We tried to pass it through the player because we think we can nutmeg him for some reason. And mate, you shouldn't have run. Okay. If you're the player on the ball, and right, everyone's blaming you, which it is your fault. It is your fault, but it's also this guy's fault here. One of the other problems you'll see, and now I point it. When I say this, you're going to see it all the time. He's run past the point of the ball, so he can't pass the ball to him because he's run past him. He has to stay square to receive the ball to do one or two things. Give him a nice little wall pass or a 1-2, right? Or run with the ball himself. He's made the problem here. That's the mistake. As much as this is a mistake as well. Let's see what happens as the ball breaks. Everyone has a little bit of a cuddle. Oh my God. He's holding him, asking for you to tackle the ball, telling you, just take the ball off his foot. Sky set. He looks like he's about to tackle him. These guys haven't moved. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, he's I don't know what he's worried about. He's probably pissed that his mate's just lost the ball. Oh, he's just gone straight through two of you. He's just gone straight through two of you. Didn't tackle the ball. Should have taken the man, maybe. Gone straight through two of you onto the byline. At that point, one of you's got to go for the ball. You've got to come in there. Okay, you're starting to come to the near post. That's good. That's okay. That's okay. Nothing wrong there defensively. Yeah, looks all right. Looks all right. The little dink ball into there. Okay, so if you start coming to that near post, you still should be at full speed, so you could try to get to that pass there. You're not going to, though, because you're just too slow. I can already see in the way your feet are moving. It's just not, you're not ever going to get there quick enough. Bump, done. Challenge, gone in. Okay, so that's the guy who scores. This guy, he was the problem in the last game, in the last goal. Watch him again. He switches off. This player here barely moves, doesn't have to do anything. Johnny on the spot here knocks the ball on. Let's watch it. Dump, ball in, knocks it on, taps it in on the back post. Easy goal. Oh, it is bad defending, it really is, but it's only one guy there. The right back's just not paying attention. If he just, as the ball goes through, let's just talk about that. It goes basically down the line. It goes through step one over here. One, the pass. Step two to the pass. Each one of these passes is a challenge. Step three for the shot. He's not there. The reason why each one of these have to pass the ball is because the pressure's coming and challenge is gonna happen to them. They have to move it on. Other than that, it's all right. But they always come in threes. And it's this guy on the floor here trying to make himself look good. Sorry, mate, you're terrible. See you next time.